told. Sweeping down upon the underworld of Smash Gangland comes the mysterious, all-powerful character who is a problem to the police, but a crusader for law. In reality, Dan Garrett, a rookie patrolman, loved by everyone, but suspected by none of being the Blue Beetle. As the Blue Beetle, he hides behind a strange mask and a suit of impenetrable blue chain armor, flexible as silk, but stronger than steel. Today's episode of The Blue Beetle is the second part of the story entitled Rounding Up the Payroll Bandit. Those of you who heard the first part of the story on a previous broadcast will remember that Patrolman Dan Garrett, who is secretly the Blue Beetle, was talking to Charlie Storm of the York City Sun on the telephone when his conversation was interrupted by some shots outside the cigar store from which he had been phoning. Rushing out of the store, he shot one of the payroll bandits. The bandit's dying words were, "I'm through. I tried to go straight, but DJ," and that was all, except his final gasp, "DJ is Benjamin," and then he expired. As our story opens today, Dan Garrett is in the little apothecary shop of his friend and confidant, Dr. Franz, discussing the case with him.
What makes you so suspicious of Mr. Jarvis, the philanthropist, Danny?
His first name is Benjamin, isn't it?
Yes, but that may only be a coincidence. After all, he's a respected man in the community. He established the East Side Mission for down and outers.
I know, but I've got a hunch he doesn't do it from philanthropic motives. His voice is too oily, too pleasant.
Well, you're probably more sensitive to such things than I am.
Perhaps.
Whoever planned that robbery certainly planned well. You were the only policeman on the job, weren't you?
Yes, and I'd have been with Manigan if I hadn't dropped in to phone Charlie Storm.
Now, how much did the robbers get away with?
About $50,000.
It was about that same amount in the bag you saved by shooting one of the robbers.
Yes.
Someone in the store. I'll see you.
Why? It's Patrolman Dan Garrett here.
Yes, I'm Dan Garrett.
You shot my father, didn't you?
Your father?
He was one of the payroll bandits.
Oh, I see. You're Blackie Blackburn's daughter.
Yes, and you killed him.
But it was in line of duty. Your father
Yes,
was...
I know. But I'm all alone now. You've got to protect me. I'm so scared. They'll do something to me.
Who'll do something to you?
The gang my father was in with. Flick Thomas and DJ.
DJ? Who is DJ?
Well, I'm not sure, but I believe he...
Oh, God, she's fainted, Doc.
Yes. Just a minute. I'll get her. Here. Here. Now let me hold this ammonia salt under her nose.
What happened? Where am I?
You're all right. You just fainted, that's all.
Oh, yes, I guess it was the excitement and the fear of those men. They got my father into trouble. He was trying to go straight, but they wouldn't let him.
Suppose you try to keep calm and tell me all about it. You're safe here.
Well, when my father got out of the penitentiary, I went up to meet him. But there was someone else there, with a car. A man's father called DJ.
Did you meet DJ?
No, but I saw him.
What did this DJ look like?
Oh, he was about 60, I'd say. Rather portly, iron gray hair.
What? That sounds very much like your philanthropist friend, Benjamin Jarvis.
But it proves nothing.
That's true, but there's enough smoke to make me think there's a fire somewhere. Look, Miss Blackburn, you run along home.
Oh, but I have no home, now that my father...
Have you any folks, Miss Blackburn?
Call me Julie.
Well, I'm very glad. Julie, where's your mother?
I don't know where my mother is. She left Father years ago. You see, I really haven't anybody. Dr. Franz, why couldn't I stay here and keep house for you?
I'm afraid that wouldn't work out. The proprieties and...
Oh, look out!
Okay, get the head of cover, you too, Doc. Let's go for the girl.
You won't get the girl, but you'll get this.
You asked for it, Copper. That'll keep you quiet, Copper. Get up, kid, or I'll wrap you on the beam, too. Back up to the wall, Doc. I don't want to mess up your place, but we came for the girl, and we're going to get...
If you think you can get away with such high-handed business as this, you're mistaken.
Oh, yeah? Try and stop it. Hey, Tony, get up. Come on, get up. Let's scram with the dame. What happened? The Copper spots you, and I beam you with my gat. He's out like a light. Come on. What do we do? Take the girl and scram. Let's take them all. DJ will decide what to do with them. Okay. You tie up the cop while I tie up the girl.
You take your hands off me or I'll scream. I won't.
Release that girl.
Says he's got something in his hand.
Yes, that chemical's so strong that if I hit you with this ampule, it will break, and the contents will burn you to a cinder in 10 seconds.
Ah, he's bluffing. No, he ain't. Doc France knows his business, I heard.
Very fast, gentlemen. Better drop those guns or
Okay,
I'll...
okay.
Now, gentlemen, back against the wall.
Yeah.
While I phone to Benjamin Jarvis and tell B.J. I have 2 of his rescued souls here in my apothecary shop.
Oh, no. Go, Doc. Here it comes. Turn us over to police, Doc, but don't tell B.J. Keep up the off.
Just what I wanted to find out. Julie,
Yes, Dr. Frank.
telephone the police department and tell them to send a patrol wagon over here for a pair of B.J. studs.
Honestly, Doc, I'm ashamed of myself. Me, a policeman, letting 2 thugs get the better of me while...
Don't worry, Danny boy. What's a little setback like that? You've proven your mettle many times, both as Dan Garrett and as the Blue Beetle.
Yes, I know, but... Oh, in front of Julie
I
and...
understand, Danny, I understand. But what are you going to do about B.J.?
The Blue Beetle is going to do a little flying and a little bluffing.
Where to?
The East Side Mission.
We still haven't any proof that this B.J. and the philanthropist Benjamin Jarvis are the same individual.
I have a hunch. When Benjamin Jarvis is confronted by the Blue Beetle, he'll let something slip that can be used as evidence.
But what about witnesses?
I'd like to borrow that portable sound recording device of yours.
Oh, I have a better suggestion.
What's that, Doc?
Call me on your portable wireless phone just before you make your appearance, and I'll record everything here.
Oh, that's a great idea. Well, the Blue Beetle's going to church, but he won't hear a sermon.
He may provide a text for one.
Yes, a true one. Be sure your sins will find you out.
Hello?
Hello, Doc. I'm at the back door of the mission. Can you hear me?
Yes, Danny. Perfectly.
All set with your recording machine?
Yes, I started it the minute the phone rang. It's all connected up.
Good. I'm all ready. I'm leaving the switch open on my portable wireless telephone. You should get everything that happens from now on.
Go ahead, Danny, but be careful.
Don't worry, Doc. Here I go.
My son, we are honored tonight by having with us the great-hearted soul who made this mission possible. A man who has fed you and clothed you. A man who has found you work when you were jobless, picked you up when you were fallen, helped you to regain your place in society. I'm sure you'll be glad to hear from your benefactor and friend, Benjamin Jarvis. Oh, but first, let us sing one verse of hymn 27, Rescue the Perishing. Yes, the Blue Beetle. Mr. B, who are you who dares interrupt our service? Why, this is an outrage. Who is this masquerader?
I'm sorry, Reverend Morehouse, to interrupt your services in this manner. But I'm sure you're unaware of this man's real purpose in supporting this mission.
What do you mean?
He's an impostor, a hypocrite.
Here, some of you men, grab this man and hold him while
Stay where you are, everybody. Benjamin Jarvis, alias B.J., your game is up. Benny and Eddie are in the custody of the police. They confess everything this afternoon.
Why, those dirty crooks, so they still...
Yes, they spilled the beans, as you were about to say.
Well, they won't get away with it, and neither will you. I'll let down that gun, Mr. Cobb. Firearms have no place in it. He shot himself. Jarvis has committed suicide. And may the Lord have mercy on his soul.
Well, Danny, you were right.
Yes, luckily.
Oh, what about those other men that Jarvis placed in positions of trust throughout the city to help him in his nefarious schemes?
Reverend Morehouse has their names. He'll talk with them and
Try to really put them on the right track again. He's confident he can make them go straight. You see, Jarvis threatened to send them back to jail if they didn't do what he wanted them to do. He refrained them.
Yes, he was a bad man. But he's gone now.
And his payroll racket is smashed.
Yes, thanks to you and the Blue Beetle.
The moral of this story is never play the hypocrite like Ben Jarvis, for if you do, you will be found out. And thanks to the Blue Beetle, the businessmen of the city have been freed from the menace of the hypocritical B.J. and his payroll bandits. What new adventures await the Blue Beetle in his crusade against crime? This question will be answered in the next episode of the Blue Beetle. A copyrighted Fox feature appearing in Mystery Men Comics magazine and the Blue Beetle magazine. The Blue Beetle is on the air twice a week on this same station. Consult the broadcast schedule in your local newspaper. And don't forget to listen in to the Blue Beetle.